Well, Frank, out here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, with a big fight night coming up on Saturday. Start with the main event. It's Anthony Yarde against Benavidez. How have you seen the fight going?
It's a tough fight. It's a tough fight, but it's a good fight. You know, Anthony has been twice in world title fights and in with great fighters, and he's in with another great fighter. You know, in another era, he would be world champion now. If these guys weren't around. So now Benavidez is there. He knows what he's got in front of him. He has the experience of challenging twice for world titles. He's won his last few fights, and he's up for it. And he believes in himself. I know he's got power, and I know if he catches Benavidez, then he'll be in trouble. And we will see if he can do that.
What do you make of Anthony's kind of like heart and grit? Because he never shies away from the world title fight.
He's what he is. He's hard. He's only had 12 amateur fights. I mean, it's phenomenal that he's coming up to his third world title fight. It says a lot about him that he's still there in that mix of, in the top echelon with these guys.
And of course, the other Queensberry fighter on the card is Sam Noakes. He's in quite a tough fight against Abdullah Mason, but it's for a world title. So.
He's in a tough fight with Abdullah Mason, and Abdullah Mason's in a tough fight with Sam Noakes. They're both undefeated. It's a cracker of a fight. And Sam, I can only speak from Sam's point of view, everything he's been asked to do, he's done. He's won title after title to get himself into this position. It's become the mandatory. And now this is the big one. He's on a big stage. As I say, the two of them undefeated. It's going to be an exceptional fight. And I believe in him. I believe he has the tools to win this. He gets his tactics right, he'll win this fight.
And of course, Yarde and Noakes both started off with Queensberry. What would it mean for both of them to win a world title on the same night?
It'd be brilliant. It'd be a dream come true, certainly for them, and it'd be a dream come true for me. You know, Queensberry, we love this thing of developing and bringing fighters through and helping them achieve their dreams. And if that was to happen on Saturday, then I can assure you, besides the fighters and their families, I'll be over the moon.
Yeah, and of course another big fight on the card is Brian Norman Jr. against Devin Haney. There's been quite a lot in the build-up between that one. What do you make of that fight?
Well, with the dads and that, park the dads up for a moment and talk about the fight. It's an interesting fight. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Norman, to be quite honest. I've seen a lot of Devin Haney's fight, but it seems that most people are favouring Norman in the fight. But Haney's done it at all levels and won, he's beat quite a few world champions on the way. So it's going to be a very interesting fight. But this undercard of Benavidez and Anthony's fight, 3 of those world title fights, the 6 fighters involved are all undefeated.
Yeah.
I mean, that is some matchmaking, that you've got all these undefeated fighters going in there. So they're all winning fighters, got winning mentalities. It's going to be interesting to see how they all pan out, these fights. They'll be great fights. Yeah,
it's going to be an incredible night on Saturday. Of course, the news came out a couple of days ago of Fabio Wardley has been elevated to world champion. Just how happy are you for Fabio? I'm
happy for him like you can't believe. I mean, good luck to him. God bless him. He done it the hard way. No amateur experience, sheer grit, determination. He's exciting. He's done everything that's been asked of him, learning his job, basically from fight to fight. That's how he's done it. And you look at his power and his self-belief and his resolve, certainly in his last 3 fights. I mean, each of those knockouts have been sensational knockouts. Any of them could have been knockout of the year. It's phenomenal what he's done. And let's say how it is. We wanted to make the fight with Alex Usyk. We wanted that fight. It didn't happen because obviously Alexander's got different ideas what he wants to do. That weren't us pulling out that fight. That was him wanting to fight in Fabio, and he's now there on merit because he beat the mandatory challenge. Mandatory challenger to Alex, and he beat the interim champion in Joe Parker. Yep. So he was there on merit, and he's got that title on merit.
I know, of course, Fabio is only just coming off that win against Joseph Parker, but very soon people are going to be saying, well, who's he going to defend this title against? Have you had any kind of thoughts about that next step for Fabio?
Yeah, we have, and we're going to consider him. We've got to sit down, obviously, with Fabio and his team, and then make a decision. But there's some great opportunities there for him, and he'll be out probably in late March, early April. Sorry.
Another big heavyweight is Daniel Dubois, who's kind of pulled out of the fight with Frank Sanchez. Can you tell us a little bit more about what's going on?
Well, it weren't really a meaningful fight for him because there is already a mandatory challenger for the mandatory challenger Usyk with the IBF. So it's a pointless situation. Had he won the fight, he would have been removed from, because he'd have been the mandatory. He'd have been removed from the other governing bodies in their rankings, and he'd have to wait until the next fight. And the mandatory challenger to Alexander Usyk at this moment won't get that fight probably until this time next year, and that means he'll have to wait another year from the next one in. So it's not a nonsense position to be in. So he's going to focus on getting a big fight, getting himself into a mandatory position with one of the other organisations.
And of course, on January 24th, we've got Moses Atama versus Jermaine Franklin. I watched the press conference the other day, and it seemed like a really fiery press conference. Not just, well, not really the main event, but mainly the undercard there.
Look, that Magnificent Seven is a fabulous format. We've been doing it for 15 years now. This is the first one on DAZN. Every fight on there is a cracker of a fight. All these guys, they all. And what I liked about it, when you're listening to the talk, all they're talking about, they want to get onto the next level. They see it as a stepping stone for the next, to go up and enhance their career and get into bigger fights. So everybody's on it. Everybody wants to win. And the main event is a cracker of a main event.
It's going to be a real test for Moses, this one.
Massive test. He's in with a guy who's 27 and only lost 2 of those fights, 25 wins. And you look at his losses, who are they to? Now, a few years ago, one, AJ, 2-time world champion, Olympic gold medalist, and lost on points. AJ couldn't knock him out, and he's a big puncher. The one against Dillian White. A lot of people thought it was a very, very even. It was a very close fight. Again, Dillian couldn't stop him. He's never been stopped. So this 20-year-old, and look at the ages they were when they fought him. This 20-year-old is fighting this guy with all this wealth of experience, who may drag him into the later rounds, and we'll see what he's about as far as distance is concerned. So it's a brilliant card, and I think we've done over 10,000 tickets as of today. Yep. It's only been on sale for a couple of days. So we're starting off the year well, sold out in Dusseldorf with Ajit's fight, Caballo. It's a brilliant start to the year. We're hitting the ground running. This heavyweight division's a light, and that Magnificent Seven show is magnificent.
I wanted to get your thoughts on Liam Davies versus Zach Miller as well, because they were kind of going at it a bit in the press conference.
They were.
A bit of friendly banter, but there was a bit of needle there as well.
When I was in the middle of them listening to it, weren't that friendly. I was quite shocked actually, because I've never really seen Liam like that, and he was like, they was laying it on a bit. I'm not going to say what's being said, but they laid it on a bit.
And of course, the other day we saw Turki Al-Sheikh and Eddie Hearn. They spoke a little bit about AJ Fury, the possibility of that from the kind of Queensberry perspective. What can we think about that
we
fight?
wait to see what Tyson wants to do. It's really simple with Tyson. You want to get him in the ring, he knows, he sets his price, and that'll determine whether he comes out of retirement or not. It's as simple as that. That's what it is.
And of course, Joshua is going to be in the ring in about a month's time.
He's in, yeah.
What do we think of that fight, Frank?
I don't blame him for taking it. I don't blame either of them doing it, because people are going to buy into it. They're going to pay a lot of money. They're going to get paid a lot of money, I should say. I mean, look, it's a guy who's had 12 fights in Jake. No, I don't think he's got any amateur experience. He's a cruiserweight. He's won other fights at light heavyweight. He's going in with a guy who has been a heavyweight from day one, an Olympic gold medalist, as I said earlier, 2-time world champion, big guy, naturally big guy, big puncher, who's going to go in as a big favourite. So where there's been a bit of criticism towards Jake, not from me, by the way, from people saying that the quality of his opposition, you've got to say he's got plenty of balls to step up and fight a heavyweight. But he's going to be a big underdog.
Perfect, Frank. We look forward to seeing it.
Cheers,
amazing.
mate.
Thank you.